What's going on, guys? Paul here, and welcome back to another Cardano live stream. I see we already have over 1,000 people waiting with us live here. I'm just waiting to make sure you guys can see everything properly. It looks like you can. Where are we now? So, as you can see, we've already had some crazy volatility in the price. I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing everything that I am. You can't see me. Now you should be able to see me as well. So we should be able to kick off. Just confirm in the chat that you guys can hear me. Okay, so 800 people, 214 likes. Let's see, can we get anywhere near the levels that we got the last day, which was incredible. We had 3,300 people live with us at the peak, and that video has gone on to over 5,000 likes on the video, which is insane. That is by far the biggest video that I've done. Today, though, is all about Cardano, and we are hitting a milestone that we've been waiting for to happen for so long. Alon G, thank you so much for the super chat. A $50 super chat is just incredible. Thank you so much for that. That means an awful lot. To see the people get that type of value, that they will do something like that, that's really, really appreciated, man. And reach out if there's ever anything I can do. You can see the volatility is continuing here. This is not going to be a straight pump today. Like, a launch on Coinbase brings a lot of liquidity, but it brings it both ways. So it's not going to be just a straight up pump up to the moon. There's going to be a lot of pullbacks in this, as we've seen today. Rising up here, we've had our pullbacks, rising again, more pullbacks, back up, down. This is the way it's going to be. Yes, there will be some, I would say, fairly big pumps going on right now. 1 minute candles. These are hourly candles. I suppose we'll go in on the 5 minute and see. This gives us a better picture here. So just making sure that that is all updating for you guys. Yeah, you can see all of that as well. Falling off the screen here. So as you can see, what happened here, this was a massive sell. So from $1.47 all the way down to $1.41 within probably a few seconds. Getting bought back up, getting some more sell pressure here. And look, there could be a lot of selling going on here. As I say, it's not going to be one straight ride up. So I'm just making sure everything is in place. We're now up to 1,600 people live. Taking a quick look at the comments. Dumping. What a sell and rebuy. No, I don't do a sell and rebuy strategy. To me, it's not worth the risk of it all. It's not worth the stress of it, really. If you're in it for the short term, then selling. If you don't mind not getting back in, then selling now to hopefully buy later is fine. I can see actually that Bitcoin, this is the reason that we've just had the drop on the 80 USD price. It's not even related to the Coinbase listing, I'd say. It is this here. You can see that Bitcoin has just had a huge pump. Not sure even what has caused that because I'm on the live stream. If anyone knows what's going on with Bitcoin, then let me know in the comments. Let's see. So again, bad timing for Bitcoin to give a big pump. Luke with a £5 super chat. Thank you so much. Watched your ADA videos back at 30 cent when you mentioned the upside potential. Couldn't thank you enough. Much love from the UK. I really appreciate that, Luke. And the amount of messages I get, I can't keep up with all of the messages that I get from people saying that they got into ADA, Cardano early from watching videos and stuff like that. And it really does mean a lot. And as I would always say is, don't judge when you're going to sell based on what other people are telling you and what the upper limits are. Judge for yourself on what is life-changing for you. If you want to take something off the table right now, then that's fine. Everyone's circumstances are different. Personally, I'm not planning on selling just yet. I will be starting to sell profits in another few weeks. If we keep getting this type of movement upwards, I may start to sell off some of my rewards. I am not selling my ADA bag. That is staying there for the long term. But I will have a video next week on my exit strategy because that is one that is asked for a lot. Ralph with a $5 or €5 super chat. Thank you very, very much. I see Baz, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce the name, with €11 super chat. This is insane, these super chats coming in. These are not expected. They're not required or not expected. They are very much appreciated. No comment with yours, Baz. If you want to put something else in or ask anything or even reach out privately, then feel free to do so. So look, this is bad timing. Let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is going for 60k again. You can see that it's hit the resistance here. Let's see, we're 5 minutes out from being listed on Coinbase Pro. Again, when I switch screens just to make sure you guys can still see that. I will zoom this in a little bit better once it is live on Coinbase. But as you can see, it's not listed just yet. It's still coming up that it's in cancel mode only. Let's refresh and see what it brings up. So I didn't see any announcements to say that they wouldn't be listing. So all going to plan. This is what we are expecting, that in 5 minutes we should start to see the orders coming in here. Even when I tried to put in orders earlier, I wasn't able to put them in. Let's see if I put one in at €1.20. And let's do a limit order for 200 ADA just to see are the books open. Go 115. Placing more than 2%, doesn't matter. So you can see you still can't place any orders on the books. So when it does open, it's going to be a slow start even when it opens first. But something that's really interesting that I put out on Twitter and seen a few other people talking about since as well is this was now these charts are all out of alignment now. But this was Matic. When Matic got the announcement for going live on Coinbase, they got the announcement here. They got the initial pump. If we line these up a bit better, you can see Cardano on the bottom. Went steady for the 2 days leading up to the trading starting. And then when the trading started, as you can see, the candles aren't lined up. But when trading started here, it got another pump. And then 5 hours later, what happened was Coinbase came out and announced Coinbase.com as well as the Coinbase app. If we got something like this tonight, I would say we could expect a move like this as well from the ADA Cardano price. Now, look, it's going to, if we got this, there would be a huge wick to the upside and then there would be a big pullback. So if you are letting emotions come into your trading today, then be extremely careful with what you do. Don't make split-second decisions here because we're going to see crazy volatility both up and down. Look, we're already seeing it. Look at these candles here. This one from $1.47 down to $1.41. We're now back up to $1.44. These are insane movements in percentage wise. So just be cautious with what you do. Right now, consider if we get to $1.50, is that enough for you? Is that your take profit? Maybe I would say the majority of people watching here probably aren't even taking profit today. Like myself, I'm not taking profits. I still have my long trade open from the live stream 2 days ago when the announcement came out. That's still running. The first take profit on that for 30% of the trade is at $1.51. And then there are 2 more levels up further. But that's not me selling. That's just closing a leveraged trade. And I think I missed another super chat there. How do I go back to them? Mateus, good work, Paul, with a $5 chat. Thank you very much. That is very much appreciated, man. I really appreciate it. Let's see, where are we on Coinbase? And the chat is kind of moving so quick. I will call my first child Cardano and the second one Charles. First target 162, second 185, third $2. That's not bad levels at all. So just before the listing starts, where is everybody today? So where are people actually watching the live stream from? We are nearly up to 3,000 people already, 640 likes. Let's clean up them levels a little bit. Let's get the likes up closer to the viewer count. I did not expect the viewership to be anywhere up with what we had the last day with 3,300, but it looks like we could even potentially beat that. Michael Morris with a $5 chat as well. Thanks for everything, Paul. Don't know why I can't get around $5. Thank you very much, Michael. That is really much appreciated. What else have we got in the chat? Now we're getting all the countries. We have, oh, that's moving too quick even for me to see it. Holland, New Zealand, the UK, Germany. That chat is moving at an insane pace. I have it on slow chat as well. So everyone, I think, can only, let me double check that we are on slow chat here. That everyone can only comment once every 40 seconds, but the chat is still just blowing up. Portugal, Brazil, Argentina, the UK, Poland, Netherlands, Africa, Philippines, New Zealand. Insane. Right, we should be getting close now to a listing. Now we are right on the button for where it should be going live. Let's see what we get when we refresh. Still in cancel mode only. If anyone sees any announcement that says that we're not going live, let me check on Twitter here. Refresh. I would expect something like that to be right up the top if we were not going live. Nothing coming up yet. Let's go back and just keep refreshing, waiting to see what happens here. So again, Bitcoin is really pushing for 60k. That is really affecting our price. Look at that, down to 137, 136. This is just absolutely insane movement. And we're live on Coinbase Pro. So this is the moment that so many people have been waiting for. Those of us that have been in Cardano for the long term. Look at the price difference actually. Where is the... See, I'm in the Euro chart here because my Coinbase account is Euro. It gives me a... Oh, there we go, 80 USD. That wasn't available earlier, so it's in view mode only. It's not available in my region, but at least I can watch it to see where we are going. So what is the 165? The prices really aren't matching up here. These are buy prices, 80 USD. Hold on till I bring up. And the countries are still flying in. We are at 3,400 people live. That is the new record. The charts still aren't just showing up properly on Coinbase Pro. Sometimes it can take a few minutes to kick in. But the prices that are showing here are not matching what I am seeing on my charts. Look at that for a candle down here. From up here at $1.44, dropped 10% in a few seconds, down to $1.30. Anyone that had any buy the dips in there might have got a really good buy in there. So let's see what other charts are showing up. Chat is going crazy. Let's look at the ADA BTC chart. It's in post mode only. I'm still not getting options here. ADA USD. So again, could be just a delay in it coming up. Like these orders here. No trade history actually. So we're still only in post mode only. So we still don't have any live trades going through. That's why they're not matching up actually to the rest of the market. Yeah, there's no, look, I think I was saying just before these types of things started happening, don't panic, don't do any emotional trading, step back from it and see where you realistically think it's going. I'm looking at the futures trade on the other chart and we went down to $1.24 on some charts. That is an insane drop. But we're already back up to $1.37. We have now 3,000. We have now just under 4,000 people live here. I hope no one here is panicking in the chat because look, these types of things are going to happen. When you inject this much volatility or this much liquidity into the markets, then you're going to get crazy movement like this. I still expect us to bounce back up and hit a new all-time high before we finish this stream. I'm all good, Lisa. For me, I'm in this for the long term. So yes, I've one leverage trade open at the minute, but if that one actually got liquidated, it would not make a huge difference. So just watching the price, let's see. We're still in post mode only over here on Coinbase Pro. Has anyone else been able to get into Coinbase Pro yet to trade? For me, it's still coming up as post only. So what's the chat saying? It's going to 80 cent. BTC. Yeah, BTC is still, Bitcoin's still up around that 30k, really making a strong move. Let's just take a look at the overall market to see how other coins are going. So even in the hourly, this isn't updating yet. $1.46 does not match up to the charts that I'm seeing here. So where are we? Over 4,000. Loving the sell orders at 4, 5 and 6 pound. So charts taking another dip right down here. It's moving insane. I have other charts open on other screens here and just looking at them, and they're not keeping up with each other at all in how fast they're moving. And the orders are now live on Coinbase Pro. As you can see, Coinbase Pro is trading at $1.60. So I would expect the other markets to start all correlating now. Any minute now, you should start to see everything evening out. So as you can see, we're dropping from 155 at the minute. View mode only. Let's refresh and see. So what are we? 4:05 right now. And for me, it's not available in my area, the ADA USD. For me, I would have a euro price. Let's see, where's it going? $1.50. So according to this would be a new all-time high. But for me, I'm looking at the calculated view on TradingView. And if we refresh, CoinGecko is not refreshing away from the $1.46. What's the chat saying? Chat is moving. Now it's working. Yeah, Coinbase Pro trading has started. And you can see $1.47, $1.50. You can see the movements. This is the first candle right here. Let's go on to minute. And you can see the candles forming here. Actually, I can give you guys a better view of this, I think. So that should zoom it out a little bit better for you guys to see more of the screen now. And I think I missed something in the chat. Viewer activity. This line, Blanche, I think is the name. $5 super chat. This live feed is more entertaining than Netflix. Thank you very much for tuning in, and the super chat as well. So now it's 136 on Binance, people are saying. So we start to see it's starting to even out a bit more now. If you have got some buys on this dip, then I still think they will become very good. If I didn't have a trade open right now, I would be very tempted to open one. But again, make the decision for yourselves if it's right for you. I have to get the line in there. Actually, not a financial advisor. That anything I say here is 100% my own opinions, as you will see. And I'm never right all of the time. Nobody's right all of the time. $1.56. Where are we now? We are starting to pull back up here as well on the calculated view. Okay, $1.56. Did Binance go down? I see some people saying there. I have the Binance futures chart open on my other screen here, and it seems to be still up anyway, because I have my trades running on that. But for me, it seems okay. I'm not on spot trading though. €114 on Kraken. Yeah, there's going to be differences across the board, but over the next, I would say 10-15 minutes, a lot of the exchanges will start to balance themselves out, because Coinbase being new would not wouldn't be linked in with everything yet. Let's see, just because of the day that's in it. ADA euro. Let's see, can I buy? Why am I coming up with... I can't do a market. Market orders. So market orders are disabled at the minute. So I can't do a straight market order. I have to put in a limit order. So let's see, where's the market at? The market is at 129 euro. So as you can see, there is a premium. There's a premium price on Coinbase right now. I'm going to pay it. We'll buy 100 ADA just because I want to be able to buy one on the day that's in it. So let's go 1995. Should put me at the top of the order book. 100 ADA. And you can see my order has gone in here. Let's see, does it get accepted? And again, I don't care about the price for this order. This is more just to have an order put in to do it on the first day of the Coinbase listing. Let's see, do we get accepted? There really is a big difference in the price between the charts over here and what's going on the Coinbase platform. So as you can see, the price over here is a euro and 32 cent. Binance $1.32. Yeah, a lot of other exchanges are lower at the minute. Don't say, yeah, look, there's going to be manipulation and everything that's going on right now. 5,000 viewers live right now. That's insane. 1,100 likes. Let's get the like count up. Let's see how high we can get it on the stream. So we have 1,100 likes and 5,000 people live. This is insane. How is the chart? Just keep pulling this up here because I think this is easier for you guys to keep an eye on the actual price. So trying to get stability. The 133 was our old all-time high. And this chart here should fairly evenly match up to what all the other exchanges are showing. Right now, Coinbase is a bit out there in its prices. My order still hasn't been executed at €1.29. Let's take a look at the USD chart, which I can't trade because I'm in Ireland. It's trading at $1.64 here on Coinbase. Look at the price rocketing up there. I hope this price here starts to go across the market. What's happening? All the markets right now are trying to adjust. You can see there is insane buying pressure over here on Coinbase, but that hasn't filtered out through the rest of the market just yet. Look at the green candles here. I'm trying to see the volume. So there's a lot of volume going through here within these trades. And this does not look like it's slowing down on Coinbase. It's just the rest of the markets have not caught up at all. Newbie stressing out. Welcome to crypto. Yeah, look. One thing about doing these live streams as well is it's a way to tell people that crazy things like this happen in crypto. The markets are going to have insane movements. The thing you need to do is don't panic and make split-second decisions. I know when people seen this down here, they started panic selling down here. I still believe, looking at this, and again, this is my own opinion on the market, that we are going to be north of $1.50 before I finish this live stream. Why is Binance $1.34? I would presume it's actually across most exchanges that they're down. Let's see, can we go into CoinGecko here and show it all up? Just make sure you can see this. Yep. So CoinGecko is not loading properly for me. Come on. It's $1.72 on Coinbase. Man, it's going parabolic on Coinbase, but the rest of the market just not catching up. What Coinbase has done, some people ask, like, why does it make such a big difference? The reason that it makes such a big difference is because there are so many people who cannot get access to Cardano or ADA in another way. So having Coinbase there as the on-ramp, it leaves such an easy on-ramp for people to get into the market. And this price is just crazy. I've never seen this before where there was such a divide in the price. Like the general market price is $1.37, but the premium price that people are paying on Coinbase right now is $1.79. I highly doubt that my order got taken up either. Let's just check. €1.45. Crazy. So if people had put ADA into Coinbase right now, I presume you'd be able to sell at this. I personally didn't put any in because I'm not planning on selling. How is it possible? Coinbase is acting as a market all on its own right now, where all exchanges generally balance out. Yes, there does be arbitrage opportunities throughout the different exchanges, but nowadays the way that the amount of bots that are in the market, arbitrage opportunities are extremely rare to get. So what we're seeing right now is Coinbase Pro would not be connected up to all of the bots that generally monitor looking for the arbitrage opportunity. So I thought even by now it would have caught up. I'd say give it another hour or so and everything has to generally balance out. I thought at this stage it would have balanced out, but it's not looking like that yet. I'm annoyed they wouldn't let me do a market order. See, they still won't let market orders in. It's just limit orders that can go into the market right now. And again, I can't do it on the USD chart. So now we're starting to see the push up on the other exchanges, starting to push the 80 USD price. We have 6,000 people, or just under 6,000 people live on the stream here with us. Where are we? Binance Rising. Yahoo Finance has it at $1.35. We're up to 1,500 likes. If there's anyone new to the channel as well, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Here, what I do here is all about Cardano, because I see such a huge future in this coin. Up to $1.40 now. Let's see where we are on Coinbase. Now it's starting to correct itself on Coinbase. Look at the volatility. Now this is 1 minute candles because I wanted to be able to show the first few candles. Now we're starting to see that the markets are going to line themselves up a lot better now. So there probably was a lot of manipulation here when we started to drive the price up so that so that other people can get the sell orders in at the higher prices. We're at $1.37, so we pushed right up to $1.41 there. And again, and there's my ADA Euro chart. So we'll stay on the 80 USD chart and watch it here. $1.60, and we're at $1.37 on other exchanges. Let's see, CoinGecko is crashing on us. CoinGecko is stuck at $1.46. I don't know why. It seems to be stuck there the last while. It's really struggling at the minute. Markets. Spam coming in on Telegram. Okay, so this is what CoinGecko is showing across the board. 145, 146, 130. I wouldn't count hit BTC. 145 cracking. I don't think CoinGecko is updating properly. Now we are at $1.50 on Coinbase. The rest of the market in general, I would say, is around what this chart here is showing us, $1.36. Where are we? We're over 6,000 people live right now. Will ADA come back to $1.45? I would expect it to go back up after all of this settles. That's why I'm personally not panicking about any of this. Look, we're still in a lot better position than we were in even last week. And if you compare ADA where it is now to last year, then we are a hell of a lot better off. Why is Coinbase higher? Again, just with the new listing, Coinbase now bouncing back up to $1.60, down to $1.50, back up to $1.60, all within a few seconds. Let's see. I want to get an order. Also, my order did get filled in that last wick down, so I have now been able to buy ADA on Coinbase. What a good feeling that is after so long. Coinbase is not an exchange I'm personally going to use going forward, but to be able to get in and get an order filled anyway at this stage is really good. It's this order here was more just to say that I was able to do it. It's an exchange that I will recommend to people who don't have other options. I will still put Kraken and Binance as the options that I would say for people who are a bit more experienced in buying to get in there, because you have far more options over there. Coinbase fees are generally not great. Shamrock Pool with a £20 super chat. Thank you very, very much, man. I really appreciate that. And anyone looking to pick a pool or anything like that, he didn't shill his own in that super chat, but definitely deserves it. Pool Peak is a really good tool to get out there and use. If you're looking for Cardano stake pools, then take a look at Pool Peak. It does a really good job of highlighting a lot of the smaller pools out there as well. And the Pool Shah, who gave that super chat there, is also a very good pool and a fellow Irishman. So where are we now on the chat, or on the chart? We are now up to $1.55. So again, I do hope that from watching this, it's helping people not panic with all that's going on. We're seeing insane movements in these markets. Like if we start putting some percentages on this, if we put some percentages, so dropping 11% back up to only down 4 or 5% now from this drop here. Let me see what's going on in the chat. I'll leave this up here. It's crypto relax. Buy before regrets. Just keeping an eye on the chat now to see what's going on. It seems to have slowed down a little bit. Buy the dip. Let me see that you guys can keep an eye on the chat or on the chart while I look at the chat. Binance Cardano price just dropped for no reason. Thoughts on the Africa conference tomorrow? The Charles's talk was today. That was this morning. It wasn't really about announcements or anything like that. It was just a general, I suppose, blockchain talk. A lot of people were looking to see, what do we get smart contracts information today? For me, the smart contracts dates will kick in next week at the Cardano 360. That's where I would expect them. 50 ADA is $5,000 on my Coinbase, says Eric. I'm not going to read the first part of that. No idea what he means. Graham, up the rad, €2 super chat. Thank you, Graham. Where else? Why is Voyager 135? Again, that seems to be the proper market price. Would be in around that 135, 136 price right now. As you can see, this chart here would be the proper market price. Coinbase is still trading at a premium, but is starting to even out right now. Although the volatility is huge because the liquidity still isn't there fully on Coinbase. So any buys or sells on Coinbase are making a big move within the market. It's in around 142. Let's zoom in a bit on this. This is the chart to realistically keep an eye on the ADA price. Let's see what people are saying now. If we can stabilize at 150, today is a good day. I would agree on that. Why is Cardano so low in Binance? It's low across the other exchanges, although where is Binance? Binance is trading at about $1.34-35, just looking at the other screen here. And chat, guys, should I buy the dip? Buying the dip it's a personal decision. I would say right now, the way this market is moving, we could easily see more wicks down into the 120s. So if you are buying, I would say use DCA. Don't go all in right now. Some in now, and then have some lower orders in the market, because I don't think these wicks to the downside are finished just yet. 6,200 people, 1,800 likes on the video. Where do I see the Cardano price by the end of 2021? If we finish above $1.50 and hold that for the next day or two, that's when I will do my video talking about where I see it going. Because again, we need to get above old all-time highs and stabilize there, even sitting above the 133, which was our previous all-time high from January 2018. If we can go a few days above this, that's when you can realistically look to the upside. You always want to flip what was the old resistance or the old all-time highs. What you need to do is flip them over to a support level then that can help the prices start to move upwards. Realistically, it's going to depend on the smart contracts rollout as well and adoption there. The earlier that comes out in the year so that other projects can come in and start using the Cardano blockchain fully, then the higher the price we can expect towards the end of the year. Still $2-3 by the end of the year is still a really good price, considering we were back at 10 cent not that long ago at all. I can't remember what we started the year at actually, but it was down around that 10 cent mark, I think. Let's see, what am I missing now? Why sell at the open? Makes no sense. It depends how much control of the market you have on whether you sell at the open. Binance has stopped allowing ADA withdrawals. Yeah, Binance does that a lot. You see them stopping the ADA withdrawals a lot. Great work, Paul. Check out my ADA pool, EU ADA. Thanks for the super chat, Fernando. Hey, Paul, do I think Cardano will hit $5 once it liquidates to base Coinbase? I don't think we're hitting at $5 today anyway, or personally, it would need a lot of adoption for Cardano to hit $5 this year even. I know people say, oh, it's only, what is it? It's only a 4x, not even a 4x, it's a 3x or that from where we are now. But you have to look back at where we have come from already this year. We're already up substantially from where we were at the start of the year. In saying that, again, it comes back to the rollout and the adoption of the project, because the adoption is going to be very important. The adoption is going to drive hype, is going to drive interest. And if smart contracts come out in this half of the year and there's a full 6 months for projects to come in, start using them, then who knows where the price could go by the end of the year. Lisa already sold and waiting for it to fall big. Where am I? Voyager app is down now, third in CoinMarketCap. I'd say we are on the edge of CoinMarketCap. On the edge of, see, it's still coming up as 146 on CoinGecko. 132, 133. Struggling to find stability here at the minute. $1.40 on Coinbase. Or 120, 117. Crazy movements at the minute. Is it, or am I? Is it possible that Cardano is crashing. Yeah, it's, I wouldn't say crashing, I would say having pullbacks. People that are happy to get out. Some people got in at a couple of cents. So to be able to sell at $1.30, 40, 50 cent ADA is an incredible, it's an incredible amount of profit for people. So you're always going to get selling at all of these types of levels. For me, I'm not selling yet. And I can see lots of comments telling me that I'm crazy and all of this type of stuff. But for me, I am here for the long term with ADA. Even if we dipped down to the dollar, I still wouldn't be getting shaken out here. For me, this is a long-term play. That's what Cardano ADA is. Imagine buying at 150. I wouldn't, at the end of the day, people mightn't be laughing at a 150 buy. It's still early. It's still early, I would say, in the Cardano project in general, because there is still so much that will come with it. Just closing a few extra windows here. Okay. Hold the line. Holds 3 to 5 years. At least wait 2 hours before crying. Yeah, look, it's still early in the day. 4:30. It's only 30 minutes, probably about 25 minutes since it's actually started trading on Coinbase Pro. So it's definitely not time to start getting too worried yet. So ADA on Bybit as well, I see someone mentioning. Yeah, they have launched it under USDT contracts. It's not under coin margin contracts, which is what I would personally like to see. So $1.34. And on Coinbase, we are now $1.40. And on the overall chart here, we are $1.34. Where else are we? Correcting, then pumping. Hodl. Buy and hodl. I bought at 140 RIP. I don't think you need to be worried at 140 if you're long term. If you are short term, 140 isn't the best price, but long term I think it's fine. Someone's saying that you messed up. I don't know, is that me or is that someone else in the chat? 3 years. I trusted ADA too much. What a shitty coin. I'm not sure exactly what people expected today. Like today is a chance to get a pump, but we were never going to hold the prices that we pumped to today. It was always going to be potential for big prices, then corrections. What is going to push this long term is always coming back to Cardano and the project and the adoption that it can bring. Randolph, $5 super chat. Thank you very much. Thanks, my Irish brother, for doing this live. I really appreciate that. I hope it does bring people some value. Not a lot we can say, only watch and see what's happening today. And again, when, what is the chat full? Hold on, and we expected a chat. You won't say that word because the video will get flagged. Starting to move again. Sorry, I'm just reading through the chats. RIP ADA? Don't think so. Can you... Cheetah stains out of a Lambo seat. Yeah, look, calling Cardano a shitty coin or a shit coin just because we had this pullback here is... You need to step back and get perspective on what is going on here. Realistically, let's just take a look at this, okay? Let's reset this chart. So, this is a huge pullback, but that's what it is. It's a pullback. It's not a complete market crash. This point right here, we'll zoom in on it here. So, only the 17th, yesterday, we were at $1.23. Currently, the price is at $1.34. When you start to look at this in the bigger picture, Don't look at it if you start looking at this in the extreme short term, then this looks like a huge drop. Start to always zoom out in this. So crypto moves extremely fast, but you always need to keep the bigger picture in mind. Don't look at the extreme zoomed in view. I'm still thinking we can hit the all-time high today. Again, there's going to be lots of comments there telling me I'm crazy and all of this kind of stuff. This isn't how the downtrend of Cardano starts. Again, it's an exchange listing. Let's see where we go over the next few weeks, even over the next few hours. I think I missed something else in the chat. Kakarat. I'm not sure what currency CLP is, but thank you very much for the 2,500 CLP super chat. Be patient. It does not yet generate stability and needs a few hours or a day for it to hold, and we'll see the changes. Yeah, you can't judge a market on something this quick. I see someone saying there, go buy stocks. If you want more stability, then yeah, buying something like stocks is going to give you more stability, and you're not going to see this only once every few years you see major crashes. Within cryptocurrency, we see these types of things fairly often. Let's see, what's the chat saying now? Perspective, arbitrage traders are in play. Where are we? Should I buy Cardano right now? Again, depends on your own view. It seems there's lots of people in the chat think it's dead right now. Personally, I don't. I think we still have a long way to go. So again, anyone buying, I would say DCA. This may not be the bottom of the dips, but that is what I'm considering them. I'm considering them dips, not crashes. 30-cent buy in the chat. So just to put things in perspective for anyone panicking here, what are the buy prices that people have? Where did you get into Cardano, or where is your averaged price? And we take that the market is currently at $1.34. So 8 RIPs. That's all right, no perspective. I just bought. Yeah, look, don't panic if you bought in on any of these highs. I would say don't panic yet. It's this market has a long way to go. We're still less than an hour. We're just over half an hour since it launched on Coinbase. So a lot of people are still only finding their feet in this thing. $0.30. Okay, there's the delay kicking in now. Everyone's getting the prices in. 40 cent, 70 cent, 89, under a cent, 5 cent, $1.41. Man, I can't keep up with that chat. It's moving so quick. But for anyone who's able to keep up with that, 9 cent, $1.22, 33 cent, 37, 2 cent, 90 cent, all of these prices, everybody who is putting in them prices there, I would say 99% of people putting in prices are in substantial profit on where we are right now, as opposed to where the chat is right now. Leighton with a £5 super chat. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. There was no comment on it, so I'm not sure if you meant to put a comment with it. If you did, I will try and look for it, but the chat is moving kind of quick. I might miss it. So again, 25 cent, 36 cent, $1, 12 cent. Someone with $2. It's impossible to have a $2 a buy price, isn't it? 18 cent, 50 cent, 4 cent. Again, they should help people put things into perspective of where we are right now and where people have got in. Let's have a look. Are we stabilizing it all on the 5 minute? Stabilizing a bit. Not enough of anything like that to call it support. Coinbase, we can move off the 1 minute chart now to see how we're doing. Coinbase is in around the $1.40 right now, and we're still holding just under 6,000 people with us on the chat. If you haven't hit like yet, or dislike if you don't like the perspective, do hit one of the buttons there. I do appreciate all thumbs up anyway. And where are we? If you're not subscribed, do hit subscribe as well. $1.34. What do we like on Binance and other exchanges then? So Binance is holding in around very similar levels to what you guys are seeing on screen here. The $1.34 is the price for Binance right now. And let me check. Chat is still moving fairly quickly. Any news on being able to vote in Catalyst? No, I haven't seen any updates on being able to vote with a ledger. Last I heard, it's in the next few rounds of funding. Cardano Paul, a lot of people are shocked right now. Do you think it'll hit $2 today? $2 is probably too hard of a push right now after the push down that we've got. But a new all-time high today, which is above $1.49, is still very possible, I would say. Where are we? Smash the Guinness button, says Michael. Binance Dog bought it at 44, at 144 with 50%. Should you buy it with 50% more? It's looking like there could be more wicks to the downside. I would even split up again. Not financial advice, I can't give it out. I would be splitting the 50% you've left into at least 2 more orders. Again, lower in the market so that you hit them if we go down. Let's see, got in at 11 cents. $2 please. $2 is very hard to see today after what's going on at the minute. Bitcoin just dumped as well, someone else said. Let's take a look. Where's my Bitcoin chart? Bitcoin dumped. Don't see a dump on Bitcoin. Bitcoin still looks extremely healthy. It went up to over $60,000, but it's back down to just under 60 now. I would say it's still very much in a move to the upside, which again wouldn't have helped with the ADA price right now. Dennis says, cheers for flying the flagpole, Ireland. Bona fide ADA. So Dennis, thank you very much for the $20 or €20 super chat. And Dennis has just set up another Cardano, or not another, he has set up his own Cardano stake pool. Great to see more Irish stake pools coming online, and you guys can check it out. Bona fide, sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. Bona fide ADA. We've Darren in the chat. Darren is a huge Cardano guy over on Twitter. I think everybody in Cardano Twitter follows Darren. Great to have you here with us. I'm not even bothering reading out the hate comments about Cardano in the comments. There's no point. RIP Joe Rogan. This wouldn't affect... Look, in the bigger picture, something like this is not going to have a big effect. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so let's go from the very tip up at 148 that we hit. Right down is a 14% correction. Now, that's presuming that is the bottom for us now. How many times has Bitcoin hit these types of pullbacks over the length of the project? We've hit these types of pullbacks multiple times. And we'll continue to hit them. So, there's the pullback there in that candle. Let's look at, it went up. The ADA price went up 20% here. That must have been, actually, that's when the announcement came out about the listing of ADA on Coinbase. So we went up 20% there. Kept continuing on up. So from the very peak today, we were down 14%. We are currently down just around the 10%, 9.5%. So even taking that into perspective, let's take a look at this then from just before the announcement to where we are now. We're still up 25% from before the Coinbase listing. So in my mind anyway, that is still not bad going at all. BTC has had a bigger pullback just today. Yeah, look, these these pullbacks happen all the time in every cryptocurrency. And that's why I always say don't panic when you see them. It will be interesting to see where we end up today and whether whether what I'm saying here about don't worry about these pullbacks works out to be right, or whether the guys who say that ADA is dead and it's crashing, whether them guys are right, or whether we will stabilize and everything will be okay. So where are we? People that say ADA is shit are the same. Can't say a word in case of YouTube. Trying to buy GME at 300. Someone got liquidated. Yeah, look, the leverage trading right now it can be extremely profitable, but it's also extremely risky. Like anyone that's in a leverage trade now, my leverage trade is still actually alive. It's still up 137%. That's the one I opened in the last stream and just looking at it on the other screen here. But the only reason that it's up there is because I opened it at $1.17. If I'd opened one today, then chances are I would have got liquidated in these types of markets as well. I'm on 10x leverage, which I would say is still risky in these types of markets. You would look at like 4 or 5x to be a bit safer. RIP Joe Rogan. Is that? I thought that was about the interview. Joe Rogan. Not seeing anything about RIP Joe Rogan on Google. So maybe it's just about the interview that people are talking about. It's going to go to $2 in 2025. How much is left in ADA? I still think there is a lot left in it. Now you can see actually that the price on Coinbase has come down to around that $1.34-35, which matches up to the overall market. We'll go in a bit closer on the 15-minute. You can see the $1.34. So now all the markets are aligned. Coinbase is now evened out with the rest of the market. So we're all in around the same price now. Let's see where it goes from here. It's a meme. Yeah, I would say when you're in a live stream like this and you're kind of zeroed in on exactly what's going on here, so you don't know what's actually going on outside of it. Buy the dip. Yeah, I see about the meme now for Joe Rogan. When it was coming up so much, I was starting to think like, damn, did something actually happen there? So now people are saying it's pumping. It's stabilizing, getting a nice bounce. So let's see where we can go from here. Again, we still have 5,500 people on the chat or on the video, which is incredible to see. Thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in. I really do appreciate it. And anyone who's asked questions in the chat right now, if I've missed them, I've probably missed a lot. I am sorry, but today is going to be extremely hard to get to questions. When I do normal live streams, when there isn't something like this on, it's a lot easier to get back and help people if they are asking questions. And 2,300 likes. Let's see where that can go. Can we go any higher? So, price starting to move up a bit now. Is this normal? Is it normal behavior for a Coinbase listing? I would say there's no exactly normal behavior. And Cardano was never going to be a normal launch on Coinbase because the expectation was there and because people were talking about this basically for the last few years. Like it isn't saying that Cardano has been such a high profile coin and been in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap for so long, but not been on Coinbase. So it was always going to be a bit different. I would say, sorry, just looking at price starting to move up a little bit now. When you look at the likes of, let's go back to the Matic one. So this is what happened with Matic when they went live, they didn't get the dips that we've got today. But then again, I haven't looked at the Bitcoin chart, but I don't think the Bitcoin would have been having the crazy moves that it did when Matic went live. So you can see it did have a pump, which I suppose on Coinbase there was a pump anyway, not on the rest of the market. And then it pulled back down, but it never went down below where it launched. Then a few hours later, it got the Coinbase.com and the app announcement. That's still in play for Cardano, I would say. It came out 5 hours after trading started. The announcement came out that not only was it going on Coinbase Pro, but it was also going on Coinbase.com and on the Coinbase app. Again, what that does is that brings up even more liquidity, because Coinbase.com is for absolutely anyone who does not understand markets or doesn't want to get into understanding what limit orders are and how to set and how to trade. They can go on to Coinbase.com, they put in how much Cardano they want to buy, give their credit card, or they can transfer funds through the bank, and then they buy it straight there and then. Simplifies the process so much. So again, if that comes later today, maybe it will, maybe it won't. There has been no official announcements about anything like that. But if it did, then that would definitely bring a big pump in the price. ADA's pushing back. Sell Bitcoin, flip to ADA. 137 now on crypto.com, starting to move up. Chat is starting to get a lot more positive now as the price starts to try and move back up. I wonder, are the people that panicked and said it was dead, are they FOMOing back in yet, or will they wait until we get back up over $1.40 to FOMO back in? And look, unfortunately, that's what happens in a lot of markets out there. And again, that was one of the aims of this here, was that when you get these types of movements, don't panic. I said it throughout the day today in my different chat groups as well, that like, don't let emotions come into it today, because we're going to get a lot of big moves. Again, this thing here could still wick right down again. There's no saying that it's going to be straight sailing up from here. But again, even if it does wick down, it's still not time to panic. This is a long-term play. Yes, it's nice to see the huge moves up, but it's not what's going to define the price of the coin by the end of the year. Where are we? Ada's back alive. Yeah, Ada was dead there for about 15 or 20 minutes, but it's alive again now. Paul, in 5 years we'll be looking back and wishing we had bought more at 150. I firmly believe that as well, that 150 in 5 years time is going to be a steal of a price. ADA, $1,000 easily. I don't see ADA ever getting to $1,000, and that's not because I don't believe in the project. Obviously, with the amount of hours I put into all of this, I firmly believe in where Cardano is going. Going to $2. What an emotional roller coaster. Yeah, I was all set for my all-time high. Might get it yet, but if we'll stay on for maybe another half an hour. But if we don't get the all-time high by then, I will have to jump off. Let's see later on tonight. If things start to really skyrocket, then we can get back on. But anyone who's been here since the start of this live stream and has stayed with it up to now has seen the complete emotional roller coaster that some people go through. And as well as that, what you also see is how many people are on the outside that are just waiting for Cardano to fail. And as soon as things start going down or not going to the moon straight away, they start laughing and start going, oh look, Cardano's dead, it's this, it's that. Cardano has been dead so many times over the last few years. Yes, they do go with a slower rollout process, but what they do is they build everything before they launch it. It's like when you're in a plane and you're going jumping out. So Cardano builds the plane, builds the parachute and everything before they jump out. But then other projects, what they do is they jump out and they build on the way down. For me, I'm happy to be in the building slowly, building the solid base. And in the long term, we will... red candles will be recovered. Yeah, in the long term, I think we will all be extremely happy that we are involved with Cardano. So, where... Trading View, Adeline... Sorry, slowing down the chat. So in TradingView, add a line from top to bottom, then bottom to the current level. It's following it perfectly. So I'm presuming not on the 15 minute. I'm not sure which one you mean with the line from the top to bottom. Let me know what time frame you were talking about there on the long term. Just reading through the chat here as well. Still with 5,700 people live with us here. There will come a day when we don't need to sell ADA. We will simply be using it. That's definitely possible as well. S&P now down 52%. And again, for me, with ADA and not selling it, what I envisage happening is that I won't be looking to sell my ADA bag that I'm staking. I plan to always be staking that and then being able to live off the rewards that it's paying out. Hunter, I want my mommy. How low do you think it will fall before a new rise? I would say we're starting to get enough of support here that we don't need to fall anymore anyway. But let's see where it all plays out. And looking up at the Coinbase price, again, it's starting to line up as well with $1.36 ADA over there, matching up to what we're seeing on other exchanges. Let's refresh CoinGecko and see, is it actually showing the right screen now? So CoinGecko refresh, $1.36. So now it looks to be updating properly. But there's another perspective right there, and that is in the last hour, it's down 7.6%. In the last 24 hours, even taking into consideration it's down 7% in the last hour, we're still up 10% since this time yesterday. In the last 7 days, we're still up 20%. So these things are always about the bigger picture. Whenever you start to get worried and start to panic about where things may be in the market, always just zoom out to see where we are in the bigger picture. Let's go into Cardano here. And I don't think we can take this type of stuff here as an all-time high, because this was just, I did see comments about that, but I wouldn't consider any of this an all-time high over on Coinbase. I would wait to see the overall market going up there, having all exchanges aligned on the all-time high. CoinGecko, let's see on the markets. So markets seem to be stabilizing 137, 136, 135, 136, 137. So you can see that a lot of them are, Coinbase Pro is now coming in here as well. They're now picking up the feed. And the 24-hour volume up here is starting to grow fairly substantially as well. It will be interesting to look at the end of the day and see what has been the trading volume overall today for Cardano. So again, we're still okay here. Let's have a look at the chat. And we have Ilker Tenor with CHF 5, not dollar. Can't think of it right now. Thank you very much for that super chat. It really is appreciated. Bought 10k at 146. I would say as long as you don't panic, then you are all good. Again, not financial advice. But Tom Hall says he bought at 12 cents. Yahoo. Yep, 12 cent is still absolutely, or that to now is well over a 10x, which is huge. El Critera, another one with the 5 CHF again with the comment. Thumbs up for your channel. Since we believe in this project, can you give us a price prediction you think ADA will achieve in 2 years and in 5 years? Thank you again for the super chat. Again, on price predictions, I generally don't look way out there and where I'm going to go, because for me, my next personal targets with ADA are $3 to $4. I don't know if we're going to hit them this year. I don't think we will, or if we do, it'll be wicks up to them. I don't think we're going to settle in them areas. I think next year we could get up to them levels, but it all depends on the adoption of the project, how the adoption of the Cardano blockchain goes, as well as how the overall crypto market is looking, because currently we must be close to $2 trillion. So we're getting close to a $2 trillion market cap in the overall cryptocurrency market. I think over the next few years, that is going to grow substantially. We will be up at a $10 trillion plus market cap. So when we get up to them types of levels, that's when you can really start to look further than what I'm personally looking at my $3 to $4 ADA. But a $3 to $4 ADA would be absolutely huge, especially for people who are in early. Even people getting in now, getting 3-4x in a year is huge, even though some of us have seen 10, 12, 15x over the last few months. Michael Morris says, stimulus was well spent at $1.02. That is very, very nice. Congratulations on getting in at $1.02 with a stimulus check. That is extremely well spent. Where am I? Can you attempt to explain why Coinbase? To be honest, I don't know the exact reasons of why it would have been that high. I would say probably some bit of manipulation in there as well to try and push the price up so that people can get sells in at the height of it. Yeah, I see people talking about my price predictions being conservative, and look, I would rather give people conservative price predictions and have them coming back saying, haha, you were wrong, we hit $5 this year, we hit $10 this year, and I'm wrong on the conservative side. I want to be wrong on the conservative side rather than telling people that yes, we're going to hit these $10, $50 this year and all that type of stuff, and people FOMOing in with way too much, way more than they can afford to lose. So for me, I would rather be the one that's wrong on the lower side and give people realistic expectations rather than giving them pie in the sky kind of crazy dream prices that makes them spend more than they can actually afford to put in. So yeah, manipulation. Paul N with a £5 super chat. Thank you, Paul. You are a ledge. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that. Coming on today, I was not expecting the super chat. I was not expecting the massive dump that we got either, but it's a day full of surprises. ETH blockchain is now 98% saturated. Yeah, ETH, they're working on different solutions for scaling and everything like that, but even if Ethereum comes out with their scaling solutions this year, I've seen people saying, oh, it's all over for Cardano when Ethereum come out with their scaling solutions and that's it. That's not just what Cardano are about. Cardano has a lot in the pipeline for scaling, and they can really fit in there where Ethereum has so many issues. But I still think that in the long term, Ethereum is never going to die. Ethereum's always going to be there. But I think the likes of Cardano, the likes of Polkadot, Algo, they're all going to have their own part of the market as well. There will be more than enough in years to come within the smart contract market for all of these projects to have a share with it. I personally think Cardano is going to have a very big share of it. Obviously, that's why I am so much behind the project and everything they're doing. But even if Ethereum sorts out their issues this year, which is still highly unlikely, then that's not going to mean that Cardano goes down. When you look at how they both handle, how they have ERC20 tokens versus native assets, with native assets, there is far less holes in it for errors. We see so many rug pulls and so many scams within ERC20 tokens. That's not saying we're not going to get them with native assets. Unfortunately, the day probably will come where there is a scam native asset, but there are a lot more safety measures in there in terms of projects that are doing it right, that there's not as many holes, because when you create your ERC20, you do it through smart contracts, and there's always so many ways in there that can be overlooked, where with native assets, you inherit a lot of the functionality of Cardano. And there was something else. Thor Odin with 50 NOK. Love and Peace got me 10k ADA more. Congratulations. I love to see confidence like that in the markets. Where am I? 100. No, learn about market cap. Not sure if that was for me, or if I said 100, then it was only to say that these are crazy. Again, I did do a video on market cap and talking through all of that, why them types of figures are crazy. Did I miss? Tom Hall, I think you might be underestimating the power of smart contracts and NFTs. It's my opinion there will be a massive exodus from ETH and move to Cardano. Thank you very much for the super chat there again, Tom. And yeah, that's what I think. Smart contracts they're built different on Cardano. And the amount of languages that will be out there that will allow people to write smart contracts, a big barrier to entry for writing smart contracts on Cardano or on Ethereum as well is that you have to learn Solidity to do it. Whereas with, sorry, getting distracted by the comments, with Cardano smart contracts, they're adding more and more languages all the time. So languages that people already understand, that they are able to go straight in, write the contract in a language they understand, and then launch it as a smart contract with Cardano. That in itself is going to remove a huge barrier to entry that's out there for getting really high quality developers being able to build on Cardano. So what time Cardano will trade on Coinbase? Right now we don't have an announcement to say that Cardano will trade on Coinbase.com. That for Matic and the last coins that launched on Coinbase Pro, that announcement came after 5 hours. Let's go over to the chart. So again, continuing to look like it's building some strength here. Let's stick with it and see where it goes. I'll keep going through the chat. It slowed down nicely after all of that, and we can all catch our breath. And I will start to lose my voice after a while. Cardano recovering. Yep, it's recovering, and everyone that was saying it was dead is gone a lot quieter currently. But again, I'm not ruling out that we're not going to see another dip, but who knows. So it went up to 188 on Coinbase, but dumped down to 136 quickly. Didn't sell, still holding for the long term. Bought it on another exchange at 109. Will it go above 150 today? I still think it's possible to go above 150 today. Again, I wouldn't put my house on it or anything like that, but I think it's definitely a possibility to hit a new all-time high. I was hoping to hit an all-time high on this stream, but it's looking a bit less likely now. I'd settle for getting some stability in this range and moving up for that tonight. And Franco with 25 H or K, I appreciate that. Why did it dip as it was listed? Will it go up even more in the next few days? To be honest, I don't fully know because I've been stuck into the live stream here. The Bitcoin pump, generally when Bitcoin pumps, everything else suffers. That would have been a slight bit in it. Potentially there was nervous people out there when they started to see a bit of a dip. They started to sell off. But I would also say there was probably lots of manipulation going on in there as well. Will it go up in the next few days? I personally would expect it to go up over the next few days, especially if we got the app announcement tonight. Again, that's pure speculation on my behalf. But again, look, there's no guarantees in any of it. I think till we get the dates on smart contracts, that's when we can really start to build the run-up. The same kind of run-up that we got for Shelly last year and we got for the Mary hard fork this year. I think when we get the smart contract date, that's when we can really start to move up properly. Where am I? Beat up Ada haters. Some of the comments I can't fully read out. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah, that is definitely in crypto terms. That is generally what happens a lot of the time. With Coinbase listings, it doesn't always happen like that to buy the rumor, sell the news. But it is definitely happens a lot in the general when there's a release. Ada Billy says more up. I'm up more on ADA than on my stocks right now, and ADA is recovering again. Not worried. Yep, this is just a normal day in crypto. Yes, there was a big event happened, but these types of pullbacks are a normal event within crypto. And I see we still have 4,700 people live with us. Thank you very much to everyone who has stuck with us through the dips, through the trying to go back up. I really do appreciate everyone tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed or hit the like button, please do so. It really does help the channel. Where am I? What app am I talking about? What was I saying about an app? Oh, I think the Coinbase app. So Coinbase.com and then the standard Coinbase app, not the Coinbase Pro app. James bought the dip at $500K. I presume that wasn't the dip today, or maybe there was a dip down that far on some exchanges. That is a massive buy. When will we see Paul coin? I currently don't have plans for a coin. I thought about trying to create one, but until I could form proper use cases around it, it's not something that I will be doing. What I would be really interested in doing is creating a membership site that links in with a smart contract that allows people access to the membership site that are delegating to the stake pool. So maybe there's a section for everyone within Cardano, and then there are certain levels then that for people who are in my own stake pools, that they get access to the upper levels. Something like that. Again, it's something that as the year goes on, that's what I would like to plan out, and I'm going in favor of that over a coin right now. But as we see how things play out, then I'll put some plans around that. Lots of ideas. I just need to get time to pad them all out properly. So Ethan with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. For all of you who bought the unexpected 130 dip, it is better stake to Paul. Trust the process. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so look, I don't think I mentioned the stake pools yet, but anyone looking for a Cardano stake pool, then my own pools are under Paul 1 and Paul. Anyone who's never heard of staking Cardano or anything like that, there's lots of videos around my channel on it that you guys can check out. Basically, when you stake your Cardano, you will get on average 5 to 5.5% more ADA over the year. Raise your hands if you bought under $1, says Cali4. Got in again, 5K at 114. Very, very nice. I didn't. So I don't know what everyone's mad about the dip. Looks good to me to get more. Yeah. Explain in detail what it is. I can't, to be honest, I can't explain in detail what all of this is. I will look into different volumes and stuff like that after, but you can be sure there was probably lots of manipulation out there as well. And yes, I'm sure a lot of people on leverage got liquidated with this type of thing here, because if you open the trade today, then there's a good chance if you were on anything over 10x, even 5x, then you could have got liquidated today. Again, a lot of people ask me for trading videos because I do talk about it from time to time, and they will be coming over the next few weeks. But I will always say that if you're just getting involved in cryptocurrency, don't jump to trading. So many of us, I've made lots of mistakes over the years, but so many people get in first and they see people sharing all of these crazy profits that can be made in trading, but one drop like this can wipe out weeks or even months of profit. So always be very careful. Start with spot trading if you're going to do it. When you are confident, when you know what you're doing, then you can consider leverage. But again, leverage is always extreme risk. So what am I missing here? How do I stake crypto? If you look up on my channel, if you look around for some of the videos on Cardano staking, I have a few different tutorials there as well. How is the pool looking today? Pool is still running. Haven't checked since we started the stream, but Before this, everything was running just as it should, producing blocks. Crazy volatility, yes, it was. What do I mean by manipulation? Manipulation would basically be whales coming involved. Now again, pure speculation without being able to look into all of everything that happened. But if you look on Coinbase here, so what you would have is down here, putting in all the buy orders, pushing the market up. And then when it gets up to the levels that whales or people are happy to sell at, then they start dumping on the market then at that stage. So that's where you would get manipulation, is feeding the FOMO to help push the price up. And then when it gets to levels that people are happy at, then they will dump onto the market at that stage. We're starting to see some nice movement up now, some strong support down here. And if I look on Bitcoin, Bitcoin had its pullback, looking to move up to the upside again. Not a bad day all around. Again, if you take things into perspective, back out on the hourly, looking back down here at $1.07, $1.08 where we were before the announcement 2 days ago, to $1.36, 37 right now. Not bad at all. ADA went down when it got listed in Coinbase. That is unreal. Bought more on the dip. Nice. Looks like Binance stopped all trading of ADA while Coinbase went live. I didn't actually see that because I was stuck in here. $10 today, please. No, can't see it. Will it dip below 125 again? I wouldn't bank on it, but nothing's out of the question. Hey, from Connecticut. Why is it dipping again? Let's go in closer. Not much of a dip really if it stays at this level. A market, in general, a market can't just go green candle after green candle after green candle. It always has to have pullbacks within the market, because look, we had our dump. You would have had people buying down here. Some people are coming in for the short-term trade. When we get back up here and they have a decent profit, they're happy to sell out then. So price will come back down a bit until it finds some buying pressure on the lower side. And then what you have is you have the buying pressure, pushes it back up higher again. So markets in general will always be up and down. There's no straight way up. So we still have over 4,000 people. We have been live nearly an hour and a half. Crazy. Do I think it will reach 127? I'm not sure if that's because you have a trade in that 127 is bad, or it's where you want to buy. I wouldn't be fully comfortable if my liquidation price was at $1.27 right now. Where am I? Okay, 4,300 live still, 2,700 likes. Can we push 3,000 before we finish up? Let me check something else here. So 2,700 likes and 28 thumbs down. Not bad considering where the price went. It is alive because we bought under $1. I think it will normalize after an hour and a half. Yeah, will it go to 160 today? Not ruling out 160. 160 maybe a little high. I would say if we got back up to the 150, there's potentially a decent bit of resistance up there of people happy to take some profits at that stage after the drops we've seen. Not a fortune teller. Where are we? Where do we stake? If you look at my channel, there's videos on how to stake your Cardano. Sorry, I have notifications coming in everywhere here. What did I miss in the chat? Grayscale, we don't have any dates. Sorry, I need to mute Telegram here. Okay, so Grayscale, I haven't seen a date on ADA Fund actually been live on Grayscale yet. 30 dislikes. 30 dislikes. Not bad considering the ratio of likes on it. And look, I would say the 30 dislikes are a mix of Cardano lovers that weren't happy with the dip or people who just don't like Cardano in general. But I'll take the 2,700, nearly 2,900 likes right now. Do I think the dip was manipulated? I would say there was definitely some manipulation in it. But not all manipulation, just general market moves as well. Again, I'll look more into volumes and stuff like that after to see if I can find anything else out there, or maybe there's other theories online as well of what happened. Bought at $1 and bought more at $1.20. Congratulations. Michael says a big storm about to hit. Stay safe, man. I appreciate you tuning in. Huddle. Darren says 30 trolls. No, someone says there about why the 340 instantaneous cost to stake. That's not a cost directly on any individual. That is a cost taken out of the overall pool rewards per epoch. So it's not something that you're going to pay yourself. Cheers to the live stream. I really appreciate everyone that stayed with us here. 4,000 people still online. Can't believe that people have stayed this long. I do sincerely appreciate it. Was anyone able to transfer it to Coinbase Pro before the listing and sell at 180? I tried doing this with Matic and couldn't deposit. Not sure if it's because I'm using the mobile app. Austin, thank you first off for the $10 super chat. I didn't actually try and send any into Coinbase. I would guess that the reason you couldn't do it was you might have been trying to deposit on the standard Coinbase app, where everything gets listed on Coinbase Pro first. So you would have to do the deposit through Coinbase Pro. But again, I'm not 100% sure because I didn't try and do that today. Don't mind the dislikes. Haters gonna hate. Thank you, Chris. I do appreciate that a lot. I'm not always going to be 100% right, but you can be guaranteed I will be 100% honest when I'm here. Give my honest opinions on what's going on. It's going to be okay, people. Relax. Do we expect 150 today? I'm not ruling it out. I wouldn't say it's a guaranteed, but I still don't think it's out of the question. It will be interesting to come back and look at this later. Look, we're not going to hit it on the live stream because I am going to finish up soon because I'm starting to lose my voice. I have probably never ever talked for this long in my life. We've crossed 3,000 likes. That is incredible to see. Stuck with 4,000 people live on the chat. I think we had over 6,000 at one stage there where I thought we might get 1,000 or 2,000 today. Thank you very much to everyone that has tuned in, and we'll give it 5 more minutes. If there's any other questions that I can answer, do let me know. 89 million ADA on Coinbase Pro in 1 hour. Price will increase over the next 2 days. Yeah, I expect us to go back up over the next while. Even if we do have more dips, I'm still not going to panic. As I say, I still have my trade running as well. It didn't get liquidated. It's still at 150% profit right now. So I'll see where that goes over the next while. I don't plan on closing it just yet anyway. Live stream. Frank with 500 HUF. I am not sure where that even is, but it is highly appreciated. Liquidation price is 97 cents. Should I TP at 180 or 150? 97 is a very nice liquidation price to have. It's nice and low. Again, it depends on yourself and your own risk levels. Generally in trades, what I do is I set a really high take profit and I follow it up with a trailing stop loss. So I keep moving up my stop loss into profit and then more profit. With the current trade that I have, I didn't actually do that because there's so many crazy wicks in the market. I didn't want to get wicked out on some of the drops. But maybe split your take profit. So put some sell prices around the 150 and then some at your 180 if you're happy to hold it to that. So just split up maybe 20-30% at the 150, again, whatever works for yourself, and then set higher ones in the market as well. So ADA is still so cheap. Everyone pray for ADA. How is 1 inch? I presume you mean the exchange. I haven't actually used 1 inch myself. Where am I? Apart from ADA, which coin is a good investment? Personally, my portfolio, the big majority of it is made up of Bitcoin and Cardano. Outside that, I hold some Ethereum, I hold some BNB, some Polkadot. What else do I have now? A few other smaller coins, but not a lot outside of that that's worth anything of value right now. So you can see for me personally, I stick in around the high cap coins because I think that when we do get pullbacks and stuff like that, or when we go into more a bear cycle, that the high cap coins are going to be a lot stronger than the smaller cap coins. I do want to get to the stage where I allocate maybe 5% of the portfolio to trying to get into smaller cap coins, but any of them will just be for a flip. They won't be for holding long term. Do I think Coinbase waited for the release date? Actually, yeah, John said that there. I don't know, was it you said that further up, John? I missed that earlier. That's a very interesting perspective, is that did Coinbase actually line up the launch with the stimulus checks? There's definitely potential for that they opened up just in time for US citizens to be able to pump their stimulus checks into Coinbase. It's definitely a possibility. Yeah, so Dream the World says, can I explain that you can't trade ADA on the normal Coinbase? So right now what I have here is Coinbase Pro. So this is kind of an extension of Coinbase, and what it does is it gives you all of these charts. As you can see, because I'm in Ireland, I don't have the ADA USD. I get the ADA Euro charts. But this is kind of like it's just an extension of Coinbase. It gives you more options. Normally, when you get bigger coins on, they get listed here first, and then they get listed on Coinbase after that. So we're going to have to wait and see. Coinbase.com definitely is a lot easier. It's more user friendly. It's just a straight buy and sell. So again, the Matic announcement came 5 hours after the launch on Coinbase Pro. So I'm going to be watching out for the rest of the evening to see if we get that launch for Cardano as well. And Brian Carey, thank you very much for the €5 super chat. Great live stream, well worth watching. Huge shout out to Cardano Dan. I've been in ADA since 6 cent thanks to his tweets. Yeah, Cardano Dan is definitely a guy worth following on Twitter. Puts out a lot of really great Cardano related information. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting another pullback right now, just as I was going to pull the plug. Let's give it 2 more minutes to see where this pullback goes, and then I am going to finish up the stream. And I will be watching throughout the evening and making my own comments. If you're not in the Telegram announcement group or anything like that, then you can join it, and I will be putting out comments on what I think is happening within the market. 4 hours after, someone says there, it was 4 hours after the Matic launched on Coinbase Pro. Maybe it was. I thought it was 9 o'clock at night compared to a 4 o'clock launch on Coinbase Pro, but 4 or 5 hours again doesn't really matter. So I don't know, is this coincidence, or is the $1.33 acting as our bit of support here, which was our old all-time high? Again, that's the level I would be personally watching. Let's go outside of that. Not a whole lot from 133 all the way down to the 120 mark. So not holding support at 133. May see us temporarily revisit down here to 120 area down there. 118, 120. But again, if that happens, don't panic, don't go crazy, and selling to FOMO back in later on. Give it time to settle and see where things play out. So, look guys, I'm going to finish up there. Thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. Thank you to everyone that's newly subscribed to the channel, that gave a like to the video. Very much appreciated, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Thanks again. See you all soon.